So something. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right, so it's kind of. I think it needs to be. Let's just kind of put it on. No. Okay. There. Put that. Add it to the side of here. Actually, there. All right. Now I have that in case I need to go grab it again. So yeah, I guess now I'm going to go in and put little shadow bits in. That for this one. Yeah. Actually, because that would, yeah, we have that kind of already. Put it in here too. We'll grab that cone and we'll just work it back a little bit. Alright, and then let's look at this right here. And I think we might do the greenish. And up here, go across like that. Might even go a little bit darker. Yeah. kind of faded a little bit. And then we'll fade this out. Got a little bit. Here, darken that a bit. All right. Gonna close that. All right. And grab this. Shrink that up a little bit. Kind of come back through here. That's fine. All right. Gonna take that. Bump this up. Just gonna come down. Gonna get a little bit heavier right around here. Pop it up and just kind of gently put it in here as texture. Yeah, there we go. Just kind of go back and forth a little bit. We're adding texture in, we're taking texture away, etc., etc. Bump that down a little bit. A little bit. There we go. We're just trying to darken that. Up a bit a little. Nope. Okay. And then over here, I want to put in a little. Right. We're just gonna push it right in there. And we're gonna grab that and we're gonna make some adjustments. Like that. Okay, and over here. Got a little bit intense in some of these spots, looks like. Need to soften some of this. bit of texture over those light spots. Again, I'm just kind of going in and making some slight adjustments to some of this. This is all kind of the detail part of it. We're getting more and more detailed as I go. Yeah, that's all it is. It's going from super vague stuff to the more and more detailed things. And it's not always how you want to do it. Like, I don't know. I don't really work on backgrounds, so it's a little bit tough for me. But that's why I'm doing this a little bit more. Just something to practice. I'm not used to working without lines and all of that stuff, so it's kind of one of those things. Here it gets a little funky. I'm gonna have to kind of come in and fix parts of this for sure. Nope, that's right there. That's wrong. That's wrong. Again, right here, just gonna push this over. No, I don't like that. Push that out here. Push this. That. Something like that right there. Alright. We're gonna do this. Push this back. So just it's a lot of back and forth, especially if you're doing it all in one layer. Just a lot of back and forth. Alright. I got all that carried away there, it looks like. Alright, let's grab that color, drop this down. So that's not that's supposed to. Whatever this color is, basically. Stop grabbing. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. bit. Okay. Now I'm kind of putting in harder lines. Some of this is going to be covered, so it's not a big deal. Just gonna pull this out here, and then I'll push back with that blue. So yeah, my process is a lot of take a color, move it around. If it goes over where it should, take another color and move that around until you get where you need to go. It's just the easiest way to do it, I guess. Yeah, no, let's just push this. And then we can push back. Bump the size up. I want to be kind of just really light with it. Push it back, that's fine. That, gonna push this back. Get a little bit of texture showing up here. But that is not the right color. I don't know why it does that sometimes. I imagine there's a little bit more on the bottom. Something like that. That color, yeah. So we're gonna put that kind of in this corner. Get kind of back that same texture. Trim that up. Put a harsh line on this edge here. Definitely get a darker color in here at some point. I'm gonna make sure I get all of the background out of here. This paper color, I don't know why it keeps grabbing the wrong color. It does that a lot for some reason. Let's go. Right color there. It's really kind of frustrating when it wants to just slam color down out of nowhere. It's fine. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit better. That's fine. Let's see, so we want kind of this color, looks like, so a little bit. I'm gonna put some of that in around here. Get in a little closer. So this is just kind of throwing in, mixing color. at this point. Bum, bum, bum. Because there's so much like variation throughout the thing I'm looking at. Well, actually, this color. So this entire color palette is just cool color, except for the chains on the skeleton. Everything else is very, very cool. I guess the algae is a little bit warmer, but yeah, for the most part, very, very cool palette. Oh yeah, and this random, I don't know if that's a stalactite or like an opening to a door or something. It's at the very back of the piece, so it's not like it's obvious what it is. Yeah, let's throw in, make this a little bit bigger. Just kind of some light areas back here, because that's what they kind of have. I have one that kind of stands out a little bit right there. Ooh, too much. Too much. See, like it's a very fine line between like, not enough and bam. Just way too much. Let's drop the size of that a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Those are pretty dark. I guess I could throw a little bit like here. I don't want totally dark in any of these areas. Just like hints of light back in the back is good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Little abstraction. Let's grab this. I want to go a little bit more of an intense blue, because that's what they have in this. I think I've been playing it a little bit safe on this. It's a bit dark. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so here again, I'm going to just kind of put a blob of this blue in. And then, real quick, before I get crazy, just put it right there. Oh, no. There we go. Now back there. Now we get rid of it. Now we can grab this color right here, and then we can kind of maneuver around. Push it so it's a little bit less harsh on the certain spots. Then we get a little texture in there. Oops, that's fine. I don't know what happened there. I didn't know you could do that. I don't know what button I hit to like incrementally adjust the tilt of the whole canvas. Alright, let's grab that. See, and then we get that again. It's easier to kind of this color real quick. Should put this down. That edge. Move that edge a little bit. Same up here. Push that back. I think that's this color. I'm gonna bump that up. That back. Okay. Got this again. Push around and see what happens. It's just a lot of back and forth, at least in my working method. Go back and forth and hoping you get the right look. That's a little bit closer to what I'm looking at. That's good. Yeah, I think we need more of this kind of in some of these areas as well. So we're going to do that. No, that's definitely not the color I thought I. It comes out. Yeah. Throw a little bit right here. And then here. Right there. Right here. Throw a spot right here. What we end up with. There and there. Yeah, that's the other thing I need to do is kind of right here. I want that to be a little more intense. And that's really all it is finding little spots that I want to be a little bit more of an intense blue. Maybe like right here, bring that down into that. Right up there. Okay, so we got in here. Bump that up. Just gonna da. A little bit here. Real quick on the edge. This you can kind of put it back. Basically kind of put a little bit of texture. Back and forth until I get kind of what I'm looking at. Grab that. Spot of that here. Get that. Put that in here. Oop, a little bit. There. Okay. And then we can throw a little bit here. Here. Maybe a little bit more. Give it a second. More intense up in here, and some of this is going to be more intense than other parts, Some of this I'm going to take the color that's there and kind of make it like a watercolor edge type thing where it's very faded in the middle, so it matches a little bit more of the color that's there. And then yeah, all right, so we're getting into that kind of stuff now, so that's good. That's good. Just kind of bump up a little bit. Good. So yeah, now it's just kind of making some texture around. A little bit here and there. This thing too intense. Kind of there. Kind of smooth that a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, and then we need some of this. We got a little bit carried away now. A little bit intense. Fine. Out. Some in here. Oh yeah, and we need to kind of fade out those little under edges as well. Match things up a little bit better. Okay, so let's grab that. See, I want a little bit more of that. No, that. So we're going to kind of come in and mess with some green, give it a little bit of texture. This. I want it to kind of soften the edge of some of this, just because I don't think it would be that harsh necessarily. And again, like it's pushing texture in and taking texture out, and going back and forth on it. There are certainly going to be parts that are a little bit harsher, and that makes sense. But I also want it to kind of match up with the, let's see, kind of smoothness of the stone, because it is pretty smooth and weathered, so it's going to have a lot more softened edges than it's going to have harsh ones. There should be a lot of like transition spots that might not be really obvious right now. here. This is a bit crisp of a line. Like there it should be, but here it should kind of fade a little bit. Let's bump that up a little bit. I'm just gonna kind of pull it down. Like that. Yeah. There again makes sense. Here I think I'm gonna do very kind of transition. Yeah, soften it up a little bit more. All right. Here, let's go sync. Soften this a little. Went a little too heavy right there, it looks like. Yeah. There, that's better. And on this side. Just a little bit. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Push. Oh. There we go. Same one. So it's really just kind of making those transitions smoother. Because I think it's important to do that. Do that right there. A little bit like that. That's fine. And again, we're just kind of getting in here and adding texture and trying to soften the edge of stuff. Sometimes you just lose everything, and that's okay. You just go back and try again. Not the end of the world. It's just a piece of art. Just gonna go back and forth until you end up where you need to be. Or you stop and you do something else. Or quit that piece entirely and call it a learned experience and come back when you feel a little bit more prepared for what you're trying to do. Or never come back at all. That's totally fine. Your journey is your own, so it's not a big deal if it's not the same as someone else, you know? Yeah. Let's go on there. Let's see. Here we go. Like I want it to be kind of solid at the edge there, but just grab that, push that back out, little by little, back and forth, until I kind of end up where I want. I think that's close. Again, it's just a battle of back and forth, at least for me. some people know exactly what they're doing and they nail it the first time or whatever you want to do, but I am definitely a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Push and pull, sculpt, resculpt, undo what I did, do it again. That's just kind of how it is. And that's fine. Everyone has their own process for everything. No one's the same. You could definitely try and learn from other people's stuff and do it their way, and if it works, then awesome. Then you incorporate that into your own style, and that's how you develop your artistic voice. Yeah. So that's part of your journey as an artist, is stealing little bits and pieces from other people that you admire. Techniques, brushes, etc. So definitely learn stuff from other people. That's important. And that's kind of what I'm doing here with the study, is looking at this Scooby Doo background and trying to figure out kind of how they might have done some of this stuff. I mean, it was a traditionally painted background, likely watercolor or gouache, or a combination of those, because technically gouache is also water. It's a funky little paint. But yeah, so I mean, it's just practicing the way I think something could be done, at least digitally, to mimic what I'm seeing that was done traditionally. So it's really just kind of, like I said, back and forth, figuring things out. That's why I'm using this specific brush, and it's the only brush I've used the whole time. It's my soft square, because it has a texture to it that I want, that mimics that kind of watercolor texture that they have on the image. So let's go on that edge. See, it's like it either does nothing sometimes, it feels like, or it does too much. So I have to keep going back and forth really lightly on the edge. Then I have to undo it and go back and try again. Again, it's all part of the process. It's not a big deal, but don't feel discouraged if that's what's happening to you. It's like, it seems like people just get it the first try and I can't do it. That's almost never the case. And if you're seeing that in like videos and stuff, I mean, people are showing you the best of the best they're doing, so don't worry about that. And then in speed paints, you can even see like how much people will go back and forth and undo and redo and stuff like that if they're posting like a real video. But you know, and like right here, I kind of want to soften it to the back corner there, and then keep that. So for that, I like that. I think is good. Let's go click on one, put that kind of up into this little bit right here. There. That's pretty close to what I'm looking for. Alright, grab that, bump this up again, push it around again. We can kind of come down here and kind of push it, you know. Oh, gotta give it a second. It's one thing I really do appreciate about Flip Studio, because I don't want to keep saving every like 5-10 minutes. It does that and saves it in case it crashes. If there's something to recover, which is nice. Really appreciate that little feature, especially when I'm streaming and trying to focus on drawing, and I don't want to have to worry about saving constantly. Grab that color. Let's get in here a little bit. Again, I want to bring it up into this corner a little bit more. Like that little bit here is kind of underneath the other one. Okay, and I'm going to grab that again. Pop that up. I'm going to kind of push this. See, sometimes it just gets a little too intense, but that's alright. Just grab that color again and kind of push it back. Too much. Just nice and nice and soft. Back it up. And even shrink it up a little bit right here. Kind of push it a little bit harder on that edge. Alright. And then let's grab this again. Put that up. Yeah, what I want to do, kind of that right there. Let's grab that. Push it a little bit. Grab that and push that back a little bit. Just a lot of back and forth in my way of messing with it. I also kind of do this with line art as well. I like to kind of go back and forth on my line art. Like I'll set something up and then I'll go back and kind of push it around, sculpt my lines a little bit. At least some of them. Not all of them. Sometimes I get it right the first time, which is a miracle, but definitely not all the time. Nope. A little bit too. Nope. Yeah, I like to push a little bit harder on those faded spots, so I kind of get rid of that little ghost line. And we kind of soften that up. There. Right here. Alright. So that kind of is what we're wanting. Let's get over here. Grab that color. I'm just going to shrink that up. Nice and soft. It's like that's the color we're using over here, yeah, to texture it. We need a little bit of that darker green, not that one though, this one. Yeah, maybe a little bit darker than that. Something around there, that's fine. So now it's just kind of push pushing these things around until we get a little bit more color. Looking for nope. That's not it at all. Maybe dark. That's closer, maybe a little more blue. Yeah, okay, that's what. But not down. Okay. I think this kind of needs to more. A little bit more of this shade than that light blue. I think this needs shadow better. Got that and can kind of texture it back. No, too much. Okay, so we got that. Okay. And then, yeah, we can kind of throw in a little bit more. That's kind of where we want it. Just want a little bit more texture going on. Nope, too intense. I'm just kind of going in and adding this texture. We need to get in there and oops, fix those lines, those shadows, essentially what they are. Just hitting the edge, but we're hitting everything a little bit. This, give it a little bit more of a texture. Nope. That I don't need to hit yet, that's fine. I can kind of hit this area a little. Here. Definitely in here. And here. Right here. Okay, so all of that has a little bit of texture now. What's in here? It's dark blue on the rich blue over these darker blue bits. Again, we just kind of want things to have a little texture. It's all stone. So it should have some texture, some bit of fuzziness. And that's just kind of something that happens with that like watercolor paper texture too. You get that texture built in already. That was almost really good. That needs some these like areas that look kind of flat, they need some texture and some shadow added in there. Shadows and highlights. And just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Something new we'll notice very quickly. Okay, let's back it up. But right now it's looking pretty good. This right here, definitely some darker blue. There actually is like a little patch of darker blue, like right around here. Push that back. Let's back. Let's drop the size. Kind of hit right on that edge. Got a little bit of canvas showing through there. All right. Kind of want to I don't want like a harsh bright color next to this wall necessarily. That a little bit like right here. And push them in. Push up. Nice and gentle. Nope. Work with me. All right. Okay, so we got some texture going on in there, which is really what you kind of need. Let's go. That. Okay. Give it a second again. All right. Back up. Can I do? Can I get this and bump it up a little bit? Gonna come right in the middle, right there. We're gonna bend that. All right. Let's put here a little bit because sometimes you get bogged down in the details. I think that looks really good. Maybe pull that over. Match that up a little bit better. Nope, a little bit too much. Nope, definitely not the color I grabbed. All right. Got those kind of knocked out. Now I think it's time to kind of move over. Oops, into this area a little bit. Again, just slight texturing. Want to do. All right, let's try and get some of this shading happening here. Let's cut that, and we can push back in the middle of this. Not quite that much. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna. That's. We'll do that. Worry about the middle of it in a second. Try and kind of get that side. Green. Color now. Put a little bit inside. I don't know if we're getting what we're looking for, but we're getting pretty close-ish. zoom out. You kind of get a transition there. I don't love it. I can't stop. Make it a little bit better. Yeah. Let's go with that color. So, okay, I think that's a little bit better of a transition. I don't think it's perfect, but it's still in that direction. Okay, a little bit of this over on this side of it. I don't want to fade it across. I want to do it on this side. Okay. That now. Okay. We've got something happening right there. I don't know what it is. Got something. Then there's this monstrosity color happening here. Let's kind of shrink it up a little bit, I guess. There we go. Yes. And there's this. We're just literally gonna kind of almost entirely paint out. There's like a small little bit of dark. Shrink it. Yeah, let's grab that color, bump it up a little bit. I think it's kind of an in-between. Not the right color. Okay, so we want that, basically. And what we have. Alright, and drop that down a little bit. So let's grab that color. Okay, let's bump that up a little bit. We're just gonna try and transition that up a little, just like that. Do that. That's fine. Let's see, this one, I want a little bit more of that. Come on, this color. I want it to grab this, and then we're gonna go a little bit further. Yeah. Bump that up. We're gonna kind of hit that. And then we're gonna go where this color is. We're gonna hit that a couple times. Get something more mixed together. We're gonna grab that again. Push that through. Bring that edge back. Round that a little bit. that again. I'm not gonna hit that right now. Across here. Grab that color. Nope, not do that. Okay. Right there. Here. Okay. Actually, let's grab this. Let's grab this color. Put a solid strip in here. Now let's grab that. We're going to push that across there. Texture this back in. Transition. Okay. Alright. Let's grab that. Let's bump this up. This. Gonna shrink it up. Get there. That was really close. There we go. Wanted to kind of almost come. That right there. Like that. Good. We want this. That color, I guess. Okay. Nope, a little bit too intense on that one. There we go. Close on that. What I'm looking to do. All right. Okay, dokie. Let's grab this color here. I'm gonna do this. All right. I'm gonna do. This like that. Right around there, it's going to transition to that shadow color rather than that. Push it a little bit. Push it like so. Great. Give it a second again. Save that up. not overly concerned with the skeleton right now because that's like the last little part I'm going to kind of finish up here. Yeah. Grab that color real quick. Push it back a little bit. That intensity a little bit, maybe. Yeah, okay. I think that's kind of most of my stuff. This color here. Be around right in here. Let the color grab. That's it. Here real quick in this little crack. Let's grab that color. Then pump it up and get some of that transition back in here. All right, that's fine. Okay, this right here needs to be bit more. A little bit softer. The transition. All right. Okay, so I think that's a good chunk. Grab this color and put a little bit right here. Yeah. Or is it? Yeah. Well, technically, it's kind of where it should be. Here. All right, let's grab real small. pretty good. Here, maybe. Bump this up. Position to that other color a little bit. Let's see. Here. There. Pop it up. Transition from that to the blue. All right. Well, that's that. Let's see. Guess I could start working on the skeleton a little bit now. I'm not going to get as detailed on the skeleton as they did, but let's do our best here. Nope. Boom, boom. Okay, let's get Okay. Okay. Let's pop this up. Okay, have that. Let's see. Shrink that up. Okay. No. Yeah. And here. That there. This. Nope. This color. So I should bump it up so I can kind of get that texture a little bit in there. A little bit better, I guess. Alright. Alright, so back down. Okay. 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 Kind of got that, I think. Set up. Go to there. Color again. Okay. Kind of go ahead a little bit more. This up. Color again. No. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's do that. Okay. I think that's pretty much that. He just looks happy, which is so bad. Let's see. Kind of flatten this out a little bit. Whoops. this rather than... Actually, should have... Let's leave that part alone. Let's grab that. Just because I can't quite get that same look as they managed to do. I'm just not nearly as skilled. It's the background animator for this. But if I can just kind of throw it so the jaw is like dropping, at least it doesn't look like it's smiling anymore. You know, I think that's kind of a win. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he kind of still might look like he's smiling. Yeah. All right, let's there. Yeah. Okay. Not terrible, not the best. Okay. So that is all of that kind of knocked out. So that's about as good as this is gonna get from me, which is, I'm pretty happy with it. Now I want a new layer above this, and we're going to put in the foreground elements that are currently missing. So let's bump this up. What kind of foreground? Kind of not foreground. So that's not. What's this one? That's a little bit more what I'm looking for. Just shrink it way down. Yeah, that'll kind of work. So then I'll bump this up, and it's not like a good way to do this. Because that's not what I'm looking for. Just delete. Okay. Well, I was on the wrong layer anyway, so that's fine. Let's lock that layer so don't mess with it. Okay, so let's so that's a little bit more what I'm looking for. Kind of, not really. I wish there was like a web one that I had, or something else. What's this one? This is where it gets kind of interesting. What's that? because there's no paint down. Okay. Definitely not what I'm looking for. Bump it up, see what happens with that. That might kind of work for what I'm trying to do. Let's try that. Do that. And then come back through. Eraser maybe and see how that goes. Let me paint with transparency. I'm going to do. It's not an eraser. Kind of is what I'm looking for. It's not the best, but something. The other thing is like, it's got these that come out from like the back. Might not even need to hit it with the eraser, I don't know. Parts of it I do. Eraser, transparency. So paint with transparency rather than actual like eraser. Like that. Let's erase this part. So it's coming from behind there. There's that here. It's kind of erase all those so they stop right there. That one can go there. Yeah, that's fine. That one can go there. Those will have on the outside. That one will come from there. Okay. Just like that. That's not too bad. I don't mind that. Not ideal, but it's pretty solid. Okay, so that's kind of where we want to be there. I need to be a little bit more. In that area, yeah. So yeah, here. Yeah. Okay, and then we can kind of shrink it up. We're just gonna push it harder. A little bit darker. Okay, I think this one's going pretty well. Go a little bit further. Bump the size of this up. Kind of hit the outside. No, one, two. Okay. Might have done. Yeah. Up the size of it. I'm gonna redo that corner. I don't like that. Okay. So I like this size. That's the right size for right now. So now let's try bumping it up. Kind of throwing it like right around here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to nail that part. use something a little bit closer to what it looked like. I didn't really give it the turn down. A little bit better. That one. All right. Well, that's kind of the idea. Looks a lot closer to what I was going. All right. Well, I don't know what I'm going to work on next time, but we're done with this one. So, yay! So let's see, let's slide this over. And then we can kind of look at them side by side-ish. So, not too bad. Could have been better, but I mean, first real background study, not too bad, not too bad. This could have been a lot darker. This could have been a lot darker. I mean, everything could have been darker, but it's a good start. I don't know what I'm going to do next time, like I said, but probably not another background study. Not for a while. It takes a lot. So, it was fun, but I don't think I'm going to be rushing to do another one anytime super soon, you know. Let's see. Oh yeah, because that's there. So let's get in here. And we could drop down a little bit. Nice. 69%. Because I did draw it. I mean, it's a study, but I did draw it. Let's see. Maybe we'll make it a little bit bigger. There we go. All right. Let's see. I appreciate everyone coming in and seeing what's up, and thank you for those of you who hung out the whole time. Really appreciate it. Always appreciate it. If you want to see the artwork that I've been working on the stream, you can follow me on my Instagram or my Twitter or my Blue Sky or my Kara, all of which are at Zann20 or Zann20. If you search Zann20, you'll see my PNG face there. That's me. So you could keep up with the stuff I do on stream. Even if you missed the stream, you can see what I drew. And then I always post the time lapse. The morning I'm going live from the previous one on my TikTok first, so Zann20_art for that one. And that lets you know, hey, I am going live today at the regular time, or if I'm going live later that day, I'll do it later. I don't really let people know, like, hey, I'm not streaming right now. Maybe yeah, like my Instagram and Twitter, I would probably like send out a little tweet, flash post, whatever, saying, hey, delayed, for whatever reason. But yeah, so you can follow me on those if you want, and keep up to date with all my stuff. I've been posting old art on my Kara and my Blue Sky almost daily, as well on like the weekdays, as I have a bunch of old stuff that isn't up on there, so I have to get it up there. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else really. If you enjoyed it, you know, follow, like, subscribe, wherever it is you are. Always appreciated. And hopefully, see you guys next time. If you have friends or family who like art or have art-related questions or stuff like that, point them this way. If they have free time on Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific, I'm here and more than happy to answer questions. So, yeah. Thanks again for hanging out, and I'll see you guys next time.